Infamous looked outstanding in that match. Really have seemed to figure this field out. Now they're matching up against Dynasty, coming off the win in the 3-man. This could be a really good battle.
Dynasty was crushing off the break in 3-man. Let's see if they can do it out here in 5-man. They're bread and butter.
Heavy guns up right now for Infamous. A triple stack of bodies in the middle, and then on a delay getting out. It's a 5-on-5 break, though, as Dynasty going to get Arturo Andrade going here, snake side. Looks like they moved Harrison Fry over to the snake side as well. He played the D side for him in their win in 3-man.
Yeah, interesting. Not an expected shift, but Blake Yarber also played great on that Dorito side. Jonah Jamrose, though, very quickly into the Snake 3. He's been playing with great pace over here for Infamous in the early stages of this tournament, as Kyle Berry going to take the early walk.
Yeah, tough death here for Kyle Berry as he made it to his primary. And then that's going to give Infamous an advantage. Now an even bigger advantage, as looks like Arturo Andrade loses a gunfight as well.
Traded.
Oh, he traded? Oh, did
yeah.
he trade? Oh, he did trade with Zach Patient taking over the attack. Still a one-body advantage here currently for Infamous.
Harrison Fry waving off the ref. Nah, that bounced. 3-on-4 advantage Infamous. They have the Dorito can, the center mini wall. Snake 3. Not sure where that.
Yeah, where is the fourth body? Did another body snaked off as we were watching the battle?
I think it. No, it's in the Dorito corner. Is Sam Silberg.
He was just playing down that tape line. So yeah, one body advantage here for Infamous, and it's going to be a 2-body advantage. So Dynasty just losing gunfights here, left and right.
Yosh Rao backing up off the tower, trying to get a shot in on Zach Patient in the snake. It's just Yosh Rao and Blake Yarber looking at Zach Patient, Silberg.
Blake Yarber with the tactical retreat, getting back into that baby Dorito. He's actually going to go right back into D3. So just Rao and Yarber left on the field here for Dynasty.
Moving with a lot of freedom for a 2-on-4. Infamous, I don't think, knows the exact situation, just based on how these Dynasty players are able to move off their bunkers so easily. Blake Yarber just sauntering on a tactical retreat to that can. Ref running in to check him. Yeah, ref's going to go and check Yosh Rao as well, too. I think he caught a bouncer. He just checked his chest and went right back into the battle. But when you have players in low-body situations going back and forth, as it looks like Yarber shot getting creative over there. Not much he could do in that situation. So another good one here for Infamous. Best defenses from forward positions on this field. You got to be in the snake. You got to be up on the Dorito side.
Yeah, it's the tough thing is once guys, if there's somebody at the mini wall and there's somebody in snake 2 and snake 3, it's tough to get up on that D side. Yes. So you have to be very patient. That's why we're seeing some of these longer points, because it's relatively a little easy as long as you get through that first gap, as Arturo does here off the break. And so it's going to be a 5-on-5 break. A better field spread here for Dynasty, chasing a point.
Interesting. I believe that's Danny Schonauer on the Dorito side for Dynasty. So really different looks here in the early going. Mike Bianca
might have got caught, though, trying to transition from the mini wedge. They're going to lose Harrison Fry in a gunfight from the Tortilla Tower. Looks like Danny did make it clean, so one body advantage again for Infamous.
Ooh, and then Arturo and Zach Patient going to trade. That benefits Infamous in a 4-on-3 situation now. Nathan Abul Hassan, and Danny's going to die out of his spot.
Yeah, Dynasty needs to tighten up a little bit. Nathan hitting the deck and crawling up.
I got to say, Maddie, I do find these position shifts after the throw. Oh, wow. Great job, Nathan. First ball is on Joe Barrett, and he bounces Yosh Rao. It's just Yosh again. He loses a gunfight. Nathan Abul Hassan playing out of his mind. But, Maddie, I find these position shifts curious. Danny on the Dorito side, Harrison on the Snake side, after those guys played well on the opposite sides yesterday, won the 3-man. Yeah, we got Yarber, Barrett, Arturo Andrade, Harrison Fry, now Ryan Greenspan. Let's see what Infamous goes with the 2-0 lead. Arturo Andrade taking the inside route to the snake off the break, as is Jonah Jamrose. I hear a ref calling hit somewhere. It's Arturo, so 5-on-4 advantage Infamous, Matt.
Infamous is doing a really good job in these first 2 matches of shooting the fill into the snake. Yeah, shooting Keith Brown against damage. Now they're shooting Arturo out in this one.
Yeah, that's Trevor Reeser shooting that gap from that Dorito side can. Great job so far. Greenspan, though, quick to take over the real estate, shooting the cross from the Snake 2 with Harrison Fry backing him up. That's Reeser. He's been shooting that gap into the interior Snake. Former Impact player, now playing his way into the starting lineup with Infamous this year.
Jonah Jambros pumping Pate down the sideline here as Greenspan shooting crossfield. And we've seen teams double up that Snake 2 position. Well, why? Because they have a really good shot crossfield to that D side. And then you also want to have a body to potentially move up into Snake 3. So they got Harrison Fry and Ryan Greenspan. Yarber's going to launch. Gets into D3 clean.
Greenspan pops the top, playing that nipple, tries to scare Trevor Reeser, who's shooting the outside of his bunker from that can. Reeser had gone low in that moment. Now Patient coming into the Snake 2 with Jamrose. Blake Yarber has snuck into the 30 wedge on the Dorito side for Dynasty. So 4-on-5 situation, down 2. Tough situation for Dynasty. Not quite a gotta have it moment, but.
So we just talked about doubling up that Snake 2 position, and looked like Infamous was gonna do that for a second, but Patient's actually gonna do a slow crawl tactical retreat to get back into that inside Snake 1 position. With a 2-point lead to protect, under 10 minutes to go here. Dynasty down a body, needs to get something going here on offense.
Joe Barrett filtering out behind Blake Yarber on the Dorito side. He's in the Dorito 1 corner. Looking at Harrison Fry and Ryan Greenspan. Yarber now into the Dorito 4 for Dynasty. So Dynasty methodically making moves forward. I imagine he's going through either Rob Velez or Cali Rudolph's gun in the mini wall for Infamous. Yeah, is Blake Yarber.
And he might have got a shot inside on Zach Patient. Patient getting checked out, and he does. That's a huge kill here for Blake Yarber. Crossfield on Zach Patient. Evens up the count. It's 4-on-4 here currently. Greenspan feeling no pressure over in Snake 2. Going to pop the top, try to put those crossfield shots in the middle.
Yeah, he's trying to shoot Reeser, because Reeser, even though he's not feeling pressure down the wire, Greenspan has to contend with Reeser to go forward, but now another body dying out of the corner. I believe that's Silberg. So now 4-on-3, Dynasty fighting back.
Greenspan inside and out move to get into Snake 3. Fry still behind him. But Dynasty looking real good with Blake Yarber at the 50-yard line onto that D side. And a couple deaths have come off for Infamous. 4-on-3. The 3 just locking it up. Jonah Jamrose down the sideline. Try to keep the 2 bodies in front of him honest. And then D1 looking Overwatch.
Ooh,
oh,
wow.
And they connect as well, too. Greenspan with the kill.
That filthy shot by Greenspan. What else is new? Popping the top of the Snake 3 and shooting Reeser in the Dorito 1. And now Velez going to get shot. And Greenspan going to bunker Jonah Jamrose, take that trade. And Dynasty going to cut the lead to 1.
What a great way to break through that zone, or those zones, plural, down a body. So it starts with Blake Yarber, being patient but aggressive at the same time, getting through those crucial gaps, getting good reads on those secondary and tertiary moves, draws some guns, and then they just start winning some gunfights. And then Greenspan, as soon as he felt no pressure, he's popping the top, he's trying to get uncanny. And what does that do? Puts more pressure, makes guys head check, stay in their bunkers, just try to stay alive to protect that lead. Masterful job by Dynasty.
Yeah, here's the shot. Greenspan, or no, this is him bunkering Jonah after he kills Trevor Reeser. So quick little 2-pack for Ryan Greenspan. Harrison Fry going to make sure the bad guy's dead. And then going to run in and hit that buzzer. Blake Yarber just showed something really important, Maddie. Just because someone's in the mini wall shooting Dorito side doesn't mean you can't make moves over there. Maybe only once, but still gets it done, does Dalton. Now, Dynasty fighting back against Infamous, winning that last point on the great fills by Ryan Greenspan.
Yeah, heavy guns up here for Dynasty. They send Blake short to the tower. They're going to get a kill here on, I believe, Nathan. Zach Patient alive, still 5-on-4. But yeah, 4 guns were up off the break in a short break for Dynasty. Now they're going to launch on some secondaries after getting that early kill. Harrison Fry gets in to Snake 2. Raul's going to get behind him. Arturo's at the mini wall, looking Snake side. Zach Patient dips in to the Snake 2 here for Infamous.
Maddie, you said it. Mike Bianca doesn't make choices on field. Harrison Fry with a great cross-field kill right there, showing why he should be playing on this side of the field. Harrison Fry now battling with Zach Patient down the wire, but it's a 5-on-3 advantage. Dynasty down 1, 7 minutes to go. Dynasty's warmed up. A couple slow points to start out, but now they're looking crispy.
Still got a little bit of work to do here. We keep seeing teams blow high body situations. Dynasty in one right now and down a point.
Yeah, it's only the mini wall. Rob Velez holding up Blake Yarber. We've seen him move with a lot of freedom over there. It's Cali Rudolph, Rob Velez, and Zach Patient looking at Arturo Andrade, Yosh Rao, Harrison Fry, and Blake Yarber. Harrison.
Need Dynasty to talk it up and find out exactly where these last bodies are looking, or where the bodies are looking. Still a decent amount of Infamous players out there. Hall totally focused on trying to keep Blake from moving up on that D side. You can see there there's a big gap right there. That's the job for the mini wall when you're looking the D side. It's also a good gap from the patience on from Snake too.
I'm not sure. I think Dynasty might have forwarded Joe. No, Joe Barrett is in the, believe it's Joe Barrett in the Dorito corner for Dynasty. So 5-on-3 confirmed. Yeah, Joe Barrett playing behind Blake Yarber. Now Yoshiral feeling it. Doesn't know exactly where Patient is.
We're getting a look at how to potentially close from the middle. Yoshiral had a couple good ones yesterday in the 3-man, but more variables out there in 5-man. But he's alive. He's at the wedge. He's being patient. He's waiting for Patient to make his move across. And then gets the shot in on his head. They do lose Harrison Fry, though. Another body coming off for Infamous, and it's going to be a minor penalty. That's going to pull out Arturo here as chaos is setting in a little bit. Blake Yarber's still alive. And looks like Yosha's run through to get Hall was clean. And after the dust settles in the chaos and the scramble, it's going to be Blake Yarber as the only body alive for, well, no. And there goes Barrett popping his up out too. So the survivor, Joe Barrett, and the attacker, Blake Yarber, alive. Put the tying point on the board here for Dynasty. Right about 5.5 minutes left.
Yeah, a lot of bird action all of a sudden out here, Maddie.
It was relatively clean this morning.
And then it's a lot of yellows and reds. I believe it was either Arturo or Harrison Fry. I saw Harrison Fry have a spirited conversation with the ref. Now tie game, Dynasty, Infamous 2-2. Infamous starting with that 2-0 lead, but now the Dynasty guns have awakened. The Dragon is awake. 5-on-4, they kill a body out of the middle off the break, and that's going to make it real easy for Blake Yarber to cruise up the field. He's only got to deal with the back center's gun. However, Jonah Jamrose is very quickly into the Snake 3 for Infamous.
Yeah, Jonah Jamrose did a good job for them in the 3-man, and
might have gotten shot.
He's been the tip of the spear over here. Might have caught one inside, asking for a check. Kind of bouncer.
Yeah, Yarber on the inside, so quick into that 30 wedge. Arturo Andrade also in front of him in the Snake 2. Arturo backed up by Harrison Fry.
Yeah, Arturo famous for his snapshot, though. He has almost an illegal snapshot. Harrison Fry behind him. Overwatch from Yoshiral. Neither team with the lead, though, as we hit the 4:23 mark.
Yeah, if you're Infamous, want to see if you can dig out one of these Dynasty bodies. Really don't want to throw a body away in a gunfight. They got Rob Velez. He filled the mini wall from the back center.
Nice fill by Joe Barrett to get out to D1, out behind Blake Yarber.
Silberg now into the 30 wedge for Infamous. I don't think anyone has eyes on Silberg. He makes it into the brick.
Yeah, you were right, Mike, as he just coasts right into the 50, though, and it looks like Arturo Andrade is going to crawl down and trade out with Jonah Jamrose. Maybe? No, looks like Jonah's good. A little bit of a miscue there, and another one from Harrison Fry as Harrison Fry takes the walk, trying to get into Snake 2. Yoshiral sees his two bodies die and gets out to the Tortilla Tower. Turns it into a 2-on-4 right now here in favor of Infamous.
Yarber's dead now too. 4-on-1. Infamous absorbing the early. Oh, sorry. Missed Joe Barrett. Yeah. So now a 4-on-2. It had been a 4-on-3. Silberg kills Yost. Now it's a 4-on-1. Infamous absorbing that early death. Dynasty gonna concede.
Just a couple miscues over here on the Snake side were the difference makers in that point.
Now let's see. You know, we're seeing Greenspan used sparingly out here so far in this match against Infamous. Down 1 with 3 minutes left. They're going to run and shoot Yarber all the way to the 30 wedge, and he's going quickly into the 50. And I think he shot Ryan Hall on the run. Unbelievable. He killed another on the wire. Blake Yarber is going off, Maddie.
Yeah, Blake Yarber with the 2-pack of kills so far here real quick. Probably going to get another third one here, potentially on Jonah Jamrose. Dynasty needs to join Blake here. All the pressure going towards Blake.
It's just 2 alive. I think he might have killed Callie Rudolph too. I think Blake Yarber just basically ran and shot to Infamous' side of the field and shot 3 bodies on the way. Maddie down 1. If Dynasty finds a way to score this point. Oh, he kills Jonah. That's a 4-pack. This is going on the list.
Yeah, might be getting a 5-pack too as soon as he finds Patient. Stays alive in their D1. Zach Patient has to put his gun on a Blake Yarber to have any chance of staying alive, and the 5th kill is going to come from, I believe that was I think it was Yoshiral. 4-pack for sure, confirmed. He's selling 5. I think Yosh might have got the 5th, but that's going on the list. Again, we give $500 courtesy of Pate Smith Law. It's a law firm that specializes in defending you and trying to get money from in property claims against your insurance company. So that is one of the best moves by far we've seen this morning. Unbelievable job by Blake Yarber to tie this game up with a little over 2 minutes to go.
Maddie, I was talking to Trenton Mason of PB Fit about this yesterday. That mini wall looking Dorito side, you're going to have the posture of a gun, but is the shot going to be there? Trevor Reeser.
Tense moments right here early on in the prelims. If Infamous, speaking of shooting the mini wall, it's exactly what Dynasty just did.
They do lose Harrison Fry, though, so 4-on-4 situation in a tie game under 2 minutes. This is the point, as we like to say. Whoever wins this point going to have a huge advantage and opportunity to win this match. If no one scores, we'll see in overtime. Arturo Andrade, not keen on that. He gets right into the Snake 1. Jonah Jamros is already in Snake 2 for Infamous. Very consequential battle going down here on the Snake side between two standout players so far in the early going of this tournament.
Yeah, who's going to win this battle between Arturo and Jonah? Or are we going to see an overtime point? Yeah, no one really wanting to engage. They're not recklessly snapshot battling each other right now. Rao gets a good fill in behind Arturo. Arturo's going to be, he's the first to engage, but now Jonah gets a little bit of dominance down that sideline. Yoshi's going to join Arturo here in outside Snake 1.
I like the way Dynasty is setting up. In the next 30 seconds, they might set themselves up for a launch, especially if they get a kill in the next 30 seconds. We're under a minute left to go. Ryan Greenspan looks like he wants to overload the Doritos side with Yarber, perhaps. Under 45 seconds left. If there's no deaths in the next 15 seconds, then we're likely to see overtime.
And it happens right now. Jonah Jamros tries to shoot inside and gets caught in a tough death. Yosh sees him walk off and gets up and on his toes, probably letting Arturo know, hey, no, Jonah's dead. Let's try to make something happen here. Move goes up the middle, though, first.
Yarber, who killed Jonah.
He's looking for it. Only 23 seconds left for Dynasty to try to steal this win. You know they're going to send it. They do lose Ryan Greenspan, though, from the D side as Yosh Rao gets past the 50-yard line into the wedge.
We're going to see overtime, Maddie, that Greenspan death, barring something crazy. Oh, maybe not. Might have spoke too soon.
So here comes the double dose of attackers up the middle with Rao following up Yarber. And are they going to have enough time? 2-1. Yosh Rao with 1 second hits the buzzer and steals the win as long as he's clean from Infamous. What an awesome push up the middle of the field from Yosh Rao and Blake Yarber. Those have been the two guys who Dynasty time and time again in 2025 have given the responsibility of pushing up the middle of the field, and they get it done in the last second to get the win on the board here for Dynasty.